We start at 6 in Minneapolis tonight. The city marking 5 years since the start of large destructive unrest after the murder of George Floyd. On this day in 2020, buildings burned, businesses were damaged, and Lake Street was left scarred. So now, 5 years later, how is the Lake Street community doing?
Fox 9's Rob Olson spoke with people focused on building back stronger in that part of Minneapolis. Rob, you were there 5 years ago, as many of us were this week as the unrest played out. What's the state of things there tonight?
Well, I mean, they sound a really hopeful notes out here about what has happened and what is yet to come. Obviously, still scars along Lake Street. You still see some buildings here and there boarded up that never really recovered from 5 years ago. But a lot of changes over the years, too. But the Lake Street Council says it's going to take many more years and many more millions of dollars to continue a process that they say is slow but steady. Rebirth and recovery can take a while. And this Lake Street lot is testament. It is here where businesses were ransacked and burned when the 3rd Precinct protests turned destructive. One of many businesses destroyed along the Lake Street corridor over those several days. The plan now is to build a high-rise here, but work has now just begun on a temporary community soccer field. Until then.
Oh, it's amazing. Right.
And Janice Downing's watching that very happily from her office across the street in the renovated Coliseum building, which reopened last year as a business and event space, and of which Janice is a co-owner.
So Lake Street Council asked people to put in for money and to make things happen and like light up with life this area, and it's happening. It is actually happening.
I was here 1 year ago watching as crowds grew outside the precinct as anger and frustration headed to a boiling point. Tear gas coming more regularly. The target behind me began to get looted. More than 500 businesses were damaged over the next several nights, according to the Lake Street Council, which raised more than $12 million through its I Love Lake Street campaign to help. The council says nearly all damaged businesses have reopened since 2020, and those that decided not to, others have filled their vacancies. But Janice says recovery is more than that.
It's better. It's still not where it needs to be. So I'll say 30–40% where it needs to be. The rest of it needs some help, needs some support.
Businesses need customers, and that is a wound still healing.
People are afraid because of what they saw 5 years ago. It's not like that anymore. Not at all.
So that is also part of the recovery, is battling maybe a stigma here, which again, a lot has changed in 5 years, but the thought is this is a multi-year process with much more money to be invested in this as well. But again, getting people down here. The businesses can reopen, but they can't survive without customers. Live in Minneapolis, Rob Olson, Fox 9.
All right, Rob, thank you.